So, you're thinking about making a move here to Tennessee, but you just can't pull the trigger yet. Well, there are folks just like you. We actually run several large private groups on Facebook for folks looking to make their move here to Tennessee. So we just asked in a post for folks from California to tell us why they haven't pulled the trigger yet and made the move here to Tennessee. And we're going to talk about some of the top answers that we got today. Folks, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living, working, and playing here in Nashville, Tennessee, then tap the subscribe button and click the bell for notifications so that you can be the first to know about the current market updates here in Nashville, Tennessee. My name is Mark with Welcome Home Nashville, Tennessee, and folks, we get calls and emails from people just like you every single day looking to make their move here to Nashville, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or schedule a personalized Zoom call with us, all in the description below, so that we can help you make a smooth move here to Nashville, Tennessee. With that said, let's dive into it. All right, folks, so number one on our list is going to be finances. It is extremely expensive to make that kind of cross-country move, especially in today's financial climate. Now, the moving cost alone, if you have a full house and a family, you're likely going to be spending more than $10,000 all the way up to the sky being the limit to transport everything across the country here to Tennessee. Of course, there are cheaper options to do it if you don't use movers like pods, or if you rent a trailer and make the move entirely on your own. Either way, it's still going to be an expensive pain in the butt to do all of that. Now, then you also have the housing expenses to consider. If you're going to buy a house, you will likely have to have money for closing costs and appraisals and inspections and money to furnish your home and get the utilities up and running. And all this can get really, really expensive really quickly. So even if you are just looking to rent a home, you'll still have to come up with the first and last month's rent, as well as those moving costs to get to that home you're going to be renting. So either way, it's just going to be expensive to accomplish all of this. A lot of folks we've worked with so far have been very, very, very fortunate to take advantage of the market and capitalize on a significant amount of equity that they've had in their home and be able to sell it and use that equity to help cover those expenses. So that's a huge benefit. If you have that equity, then you'll typically be able to make that type of move work. Now, number two is going to be people are really just close to retiring, and by close we mean 2 to 3 years out from retirement. Isn't worth it. It doesn't make sense for them to ruin their retirement opportunities to make the move down here to Tennessee, and honestly, I can't blame them for that. If I was about to retire, I had 2 or 3 years left, and then I could capitalize on all these benefits. If I was just a couple years away from retiring and getting a big pension or being able to take advantage of those aforementioned retirement benefits, then I wouldn't necessarily want to take off running here to Tennessee either. And we totally understand, and I wouldn't want to leave that, and it's definitely a major factor in holding people back from making that move, especially again those folks who are just 2 to 3 years out from retiring. Thinking about relocating to Middle Tennessee? Well, I've got just the thing for you. My team and I have actually taken the time to create the ultimate relocation guide, saving you hours and hours of research, and I've linked it down below. From top employers, the best hospitals, and a boatload of other things that you need to know before making the move here to Middle Tennessee. The best part is, this guide is 100% free. That's right, you heard me right, 100% free. So just click the link in the description or the top pinned comment, and I hope that helps. Number three on our list is going to be the folks who are ready to make the move. They're motivated and they have the funds and time, they just aren't necessarily willing to do a sight unseen home purchase. Now, we can typically work around that. We do tons of virtual showings, virtual tours, and everything like that. So there are some workarounds, but a lot of those folks who aren't okay with buying a home sight unseen, they're going to be trying to find a temporary short-term rental while they look for a home. Now, this can be extremely difficult, especially if you have a pet and heaven forbid, more than one pet. If you have multiple pets, you're really gonna struggle to find a temporary rental. I mean, most rentals don't really want to allow pets as is, and it can be really tough, and oftentimes folks end up bouncing from Airbnb to Airbnb, which it can afford you a lot of flexibility in your home search, but kind of like the move itself, it can get very costly very quickly. Now, on the upside, it will motivate you to find a home as soon as possible and kind of get your butt in gear, but again, it's just not ideal, and it's typically a very costly proposition. So anyways, folks, number 4 on our list is going to be the job market here in Tennessee. Whether folks from California can't find a job or they just can't find a job that's going to pay them well enough here in Tennessee, we do hear that pretty regularly, that the wages here in Tennessee just aren't the same as what they are in California. And I'd like to think that the argument here is that Tennessee is so much cheaper to live in versus living in California. But I just don't know whether or not the wages here in Tennessee are going to be enough to support the same lifestyle that you may want to live. Now, most of the clients that we've worked with from California have been very fortunate in that they've been able to keep their jobs and work remotely, which is kind of a luxury nowadays. It's a bummer, but a lot of companies are getting rid of those work from home positions. They're getting rid of those remote positions, and it kind of hamstrings folks. They're not able to make that cross-country move and still have the same job because, now companies are, requiring people to come back in the office, making it mandatory, and again, it really hamstrings folks. So it's kind of sad that we're missing out on that luxury now. Jobs is definitely a big one that is keeping people from moving here, folks, and unfortunately Chris and I just don't have the perfect solution to that. Now, we do have a lot of personal and professional connections here in Tennessee, so even if you're not coming from out of California, if you are, that's fine, but even, regardless of where you're coming from, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We may be able to connect you with someone at a professional level that, could lead to something, not promising anything, but again, Chris and I do have a lot of connections here in Tennessee, so please do not hesitate to reach out to us. We can always give something a shot. Now for the question of the day. For those of you who are thinking of making the move to Middle Tennessee, where are you moving from, and what is the main reason you're leaving your current city and state? I'm truly curious, so make sure to leave your answer in the comments down below. I want to hear what you have to say, and also, if you have any questions or thoughts, you can leave those in the comments down below as well, or even better yet, text, call, or email me. My contact information should pop up on the screen for you, and if you don't see it there, you can find it in both the description and the top pinned comment. Number 5 is going to be that there are a lot of people concerned about the weather here in Tennessee. I'm not poking fun at anyone in particular, not just Californians or anything like that, but people from even coming from other states are concerned and scared over the possibility of tornadoes. And that's something common that we hear a lot from people, regardless of whether they're moving from California or another state. Now I have lived here in Tennessee for more than 20 years now. Chris is the exact same way, and I personally have never seen a tornado here in Tennessee. Never seen the black clouds with a funnel coming down, anything to that degree. Now of course that is anecdotal at best, and I'll acknowledge that, but there have been, we have seen some large storms here in Middle Tennessee. We have seen some homes destroyed, but it's something that does happen, but the percentage and chances of that happening are very, very low. Now, we do get a lot of heavy rain here in Tennessee and thunderstorms and winds through Tennessee, and that's totally normal, especially during the summer months. In my lifetime, we have had some damage to our roof from high winds. We have had an occasion of hail that damaged our roof, but so far I personally have lucked out and I've never had any sort of encounter with a tornado or anything like that. Now again, we do have those super heavy rains, but that really isn't an issue for most of the time. You probably may have seen in our other videos where we talk about how important proper drainage is and what that looks like and what to look for when you're buying a home so that you don't deal with like major ponding in your yard, or you have like your driveway wash away or anything like that. Honestly, folks, I've lived in multiple parts of the country. Overall, Tennessee weather really is not terrible at all. Once you get used to it, it does take some getting used to. During the summer months, you do deal with some pretty heavy humidity and a few really hot months during the year, but outside of that, you do typically get to enjoy all 4 seasons here in Tennessee. Now, we are going to add a bonus reason here, folks. It just didn't come in our top 5, but it was on that list of, or on that poll that we ran through our Facebook groups. The bonus reason folks are not moving here to Tennessee is that you just are not able to get what you need out of selling your home to be able to afford to make the move here. Again, it's very, very expensive to move here, especially from cross country. You're moving a house, you're moving a family, you're moving all your possessions, and it's several thousand miles from California to Tennessee, depending on where you're going, and that gets very, very costly very quickly. And nowadays, the market has just cooled down. It's what it is. With the interest rates we're seeing nowadays, and folks just aren't making that enormous amount of money when they're selling their homes. Like if you were selling your home a year or 2 ago, I mean, we were seeing people making $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 even off of selling their home, and that's not the market currently. You're not pulling that much money off of selling your home or out of selling your home. And when they were able to do that, that left them in an incredible position to be able to pull the trigger, pay the movers, and really just afford whatever they wanted to. And it's unfortunate, but with everything going on in the world today, that's just not the market we're in anymore. So, all right, folks, so that is going to wrap up our video for the day. I hope you all have enjoyed it. Hearing it straight from the horse's mouth, that's straight from real Californians. That's not something I pulled up out of thin air. That is straight from the horse's mouths, folks. So remember, whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or schedule a personalized Zoom call with us so that we can help you make a smooth move here to Nashville, Tennessee. Until next time, I hope to see you around town soon.